Okay, good morning. This is Ask Marie again. Hoping all is well, and thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Today I'm going to talk about infertility. Infertility has presented itself as a problem for many people all over the world. Just recently, I read about a man in Nairobi, Kenya, who cut off the hands of his wife of 7 years because she didn't bear him any children. Refusing to own up to the fact that he was the one with the reproductive issues, he blamed her. He beat her unmercifully before using a machete to chop off both of her hands. She may have known about him being infertile, and he thought she would tell. So, without thinking, he brought his attention to himself as the one who was the fertile one. By making this unthought out decision to stop others from knowing his problem, he decided to punish her by cutting off both hands. Now everybody knows about his secret. And the incident incited public outrage. In regret, her husband appeared at the hospital where his wife was being treated. And that's where he was arrested. He was also examined and found to be the one to have the reproductive problems. And this was reported in their Daily Nation. I guess that's a newspaper that they have in Kenya. But women without children are still women and stronger because of it. Prosthetic limbs have been offered to the wife and financial assistance to help the wife prepare for life after her recovery. The husband's actions are described as depraved, sexist violence. He's scheduled to appear in court on August 5th. That's today. The outcome remains to be published. The wife's pastor asked her to stay with her husband and pray for their marriage. Imagine that. Imagine that. Stay with her husband and pray for the marriage. There's a lot of men today who leave their wives because of their own infertility. The bottom line is, what about love? In many marriages today, children sometimes seal the relations as it presents more of a bond between a man and a woman. Again, I ask, what about love? An implication of true love is wanting to live with the person that you're in love with for the remainder of your life, and not about what you can gain by marrying that person. Infidelity is a medical problem. It's a medical problem that true love should conquer. If not, maybe we should examine or reevaluate the reasons for marrying. Many people today use the fact that their ability to reproduce to prove that their manhood, or their womanhood. A lot of them without being responsible for the children they bring into this world. I have questions for you today. What about this man? He cut his wife's hands off. What should be the repercussions for this man's actions in Africa or anywhere in the world? What should be the real reason for people getting married? Should reproduction be anybody's proof of manhood or womanhood? Send me your comments to that. Love to hear from you. And I want you to think about what has happened here. He cut her hands off. She's handicapped for life, physically handicapped for life. And he's mentally handicapped for life because he's not going to forget what he's done. And it may haunt him for the rest of his life. So think about what he has done and what her situation is now. And send me your comments. I'd love to hear from you. Have a nice day and be blessed.